So the accuracy of data. So taking all of the data that's stitched to each other, the addressability, so the unique identifiers and the addressability solutions that are out there are not all that reliable. The cookies are limited in mobile, and I'll go through the different options in a minute. But as you stitch, the quality of that data becomes diluted. And so that's an issue for the industry. I think privacy as marketers is becoming more and more important for us to address and to take a stand. Verizon puts that first, right? We have the industry lowest churn in the industry, and we really value that relationship with our subscribers, and we have they have a great deal of trust in us that we're going to do the right thing. So we stand by the transparency, choice, and control. So here's the data that we're using, here's how we're using it, and here's how you exercise control and your choice over how that data is used. And so with Precision Market Insights from Verizon, we have the ability, we know the audience, we know who's behind that unique identifier that we can address across operating systems, we can address it across mobile web, and we can address across applications. So that gives you a pretty wide group of users to be able to target. And again, with the transparency, choice, and control in our privacy message, we do have a relationship with that consumer. And so it's not sort of this dark alley. It's a well-lit environment that brands can trust. Now we're going forward. Okay, so not all solutions are created equal. So if you think about the addressability that's available in mobile, yes, there are mobile cookies. The accuracy of those cookies is questionable in some cases. It's limited to first party in many cases, and it's also only really available in mobile web. I heard a stat this morning that from Flurry that 86% of traffic is in applications. So that doesn't leave very much to target. So the scale becomes an issue. So matching keys or logins, those are very accurate. You're typically logged into a site. They know who you are. They know a lot about you based on your email address or your login information. And they're able to use that addressability to help provide more relevant advertising. From a privacy standpoint, generally you don't always get much of a choice. So you log in and your ID is going to be used just by virtue of logging in. Scale varies based on who you're logging into. So for example, obviously Facebook has a massive amount of scale, and that you can get very good reach there. Algorithmic, so probabilistic IDs, the accuracy of that varies. I've heard anywhere from, oh yeah, it's 80% accurate, to anywhere of south of, it's 40% accurate with plus or minus double digits, which is concerning, especially if you're trying to reach a specific audience. You want to be a little bit more accurate than 40%. Privacy, I think it becomes an issue. Well, I really shouldn't ask you this, but if you asked your mom or your dad, would they know who these algorithmic ID companies or these fingerprinting companies are? Probably not. So even if privacy and choices are offered, the transparency to the consumer tends to be lacking. And so the good thing about it is that it does have scale, right? You can take any amount of data and combine it and start to create some algorithmic inferences about whether or not this person is the same person, and can I actually target against them, and can I stitch other data to it. So not completely ideal, but scale is good. For the carrier ID or the precision ID from Verizon, and this is available on other carriers, the accuracy is exponentially higher, right? We know who's behind that click. We know who's behind that ID. While we don't share PII, we can enable targeting against that for you. Privacy is, I don't know how much more I could emphasize it, but we do take quite a bit of care for our customers and making sure that we've noticed them appropriately and that we've provided them with the appropriate level of choice. So transparency, choice, and control.